Hi, this is Zach Henderson with LSA Associates. I'm going to be demonstrating the LSA Data Viewer. This data viewer is an interactive website that allows you to zoom into a specific area to see what biological constraints might exist in that area. As we can see here, there's a layers button. If I click on that, I can see that this information that is readily available at my fingertips is the CNDDB information. We also have the CFWO information. We have critical habitat information. We even have the coastal zone boundary, quad index, township and range, and then we have a few NCCPs, MSHCPs for Orange County and LA County. As more information becomes available, we'll be posting this on this website. So what I want it to do is, right now I just want to show you a little bit of the functionality of this data viewer and what it can do. Again, this data viewer is in beta, so if you have any suggestions, feel free to email them to me, and I'll be more than happy to take a look at it and see if we can't get it incorporated. So the biggest thing that this can do right now is, given a specific area or location, you can see kind of what's available. So let's start off with an individual county first. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to go to Los Angeles County. So it'll zoom into the county and it'll go ahead and highlight the county boundary. Now, as you can see, the map index behind it is Bing Maps. And as I zoom in, the resolution starts increasing. Now, if I zoom into a specific area and I zoom in relatively close, I'll see that that information starts turning on. So again, clicking on this Layers tab, I can see all the different data sets that are actually being shown. So if I have, let's say this is my project area over in here, and I want to know what this is or what elements are in this area, I just literally click on it, and up here it places an X. It tells me the CNDDB information of what's there. It also tells me the lat long and the UTM coordinate location. It'll also tell me the USGS quad index. There's other pieces of information I can turn on. For example, I can turn on the proposed SEAs and the county existing SEAs, and I can zoom out and I'll be able to see that a little bit better. I can see that there's information over in here that, okay, this is the proposed, which is the dashed line, and the solid line is the existing. If you ever want to turn off anything, you can turn it off, turn it back on, and so forth. The other thing that you might have, instead of a county, you might actually have an address or a city name. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and type in Dana Point, California. If I hit on that, it'll zoom me to Dana Point. And I can see right now I have the CFW, I have the critical habitat information turned on. So if I click on this point right here, it'll tell me the final critical habitat is the coastal gnatcatcher. If I highlight this selected field, it'll highlight it on the screen. Now, what's interesting is, even though I have the CNDDB and CFWO information turned off, it will still query that information out. So that point right there is also a coast horned lizard sighting. That happens to be our health food chalet. Thank goodness it's last call. And this is the CFWO. There was a California gnatcatcher, and it was spotted in 2004. I can also turn on other information. I can turn on the township ranges and sections, so I can see this is Township 8 South, Range 8 West, Section 13. And if there was any NCCP information in here, that would turn on. You can see that this is kind of this hatch information. If I zoom in, and let's say I can go ahead and turn off, let's say I just want to know the critical habitat information, but I don't really care about anything else, I can also use these utilities over here. So I can say, I can take a polygon measure line and click here, and as I drag out, it'll tell me the total distance, which is 750. So let's say if I have to assume, how long it's going to take me to get to this site, and from here. I can see that this total right here, the 2,827 is the total distance, and then I also have the individual segments kind of lined out. If I double click, it just goes away. I also have a polygon measure tool, so if I'm interested and I want to know kind of the quick acreage of a certain site, I can do that. Okay, so this is 21.1 acres. It takes a little getting used to with these tools. If you double click on them, it'll disappear, so a single click just basically puts kind of a vertex there. If I want to change from an aerial base map to a roads base map, this is the the Bing Map Roads, I can do that. I can also change to USGS sheet. So as I zoom in, I can take a look to see what USGS features there are. It's a little bit blurry. It's not the high resolution USGS image, but it is the actual USGS quad. And then I can kind of go back to layers. Again, these layer tabs can be turned on and off, so I can turn everything on, or I can go through and turn everything off. I can also pick different points. If I had an address, I could type that in, and it would take me to that. This right here uses that. You can also enter in lat long information for a specific site. If you go to, like for example, if I go to the Google Maps, so if I go to Google and I type in maps, and then I type in Irvine, California, if I zoom into a certain area and I right click and I say what's here, it'll give me this lat long. I'm now going to copy and paste this into the data viewer here and hit return, and it'll take me to the exact same site. So now I can go ahead and zoom in and I can start turning on this information to see if there's anything there. And in this case, there's not. And that's about it. So let me know what you think, and hopefully you have found this useful.